Hello everybody, it's Andy here from the Movement Project. You may have seen in the news that people who have suffered with complications from COVID-19 have suffered with underlying health conditions. So what I thought I would do is go over these underlying health conditions because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are not sure if they fall into this category. But just to note that if you do fall into these categories, this isn't a reason to panic. This is why we're doing all the social isolating and distancing, is to protect people like yourself. If you do have one of these health conditions, it just may increase your chances of developing complications. The NHS recommends that we're advising those who are at an increased risk of severe illness from coronavirus to be particularly stringent in following social distancing measures. So underlying health conditions shouldn't be confused with complications. Complications are due to direct causes of COVID-19. So these are things like acute respiratory syndrome, which accounts for around roughly 15 to 33%, and acute liver injury. This is roughly 14 to 53%. So obviously those margins vary quite a lot. And these numbers doesn't mean that everyone who get COVID-19 will get those, but those are the ones that have been documented. So the people that have been administered to hospitals, those are the complications that they've had. But if you do suffer with the underlying health conditions that I'm just talking about, you're more likely then to suffer with these complications as a result. There are other complications that you can get from COVID-19, and I'll put a link in the description box below if you want to read those further, but those two are the most common. So I'll go over these groups now. If you did want to watch more videos on COVID-19, I've created a playlist up here, which you can watch my take on certain aspects of COVID-19. Also, remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. So the first group, and the biggest group, is the people aged 70 or older. This is regardless of medical conditions. So the next group is the under 70s with an underlying health condition, which I'm about to go through. For all intents and purposes, this is anyone that gets a flu jab as an adult each year of medical grounds. These are things like chronic long-term respiratory disease, such as asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema or bronchitis, chronic heart disease, such as heart failure, chronic kidney disease, chronic liver disease such as hepatitis, chronic neurological conditions such as Parkinson's disease, motor neurone disease, MS, a learning disability or cerebral palsy, diabetes, problem with your spleen, for example sickle cell disease, or if you had your spleen removed, a weakened immune system as a result of conditions such as HIV and AIDS, or medicines such as steroid tablets or chemotherapy. Being seriously overweight, so with a BMI of 40 or above, those who are pregnant. So like I said at the beginning, there are other groups that may be even more at risk from COVID-19 and then developing complications. So I'll just go over these now. Most of these people should have been contacted by the NHS already, and they should be practicing extreme social isolation and hopefully getting help from friends and family and other health professionals around them. People falling into this group are those who may be at particular risk due to complex health problems, such as people who have received an organ transplant and remain on ongoing immunosuppressant medication, people with cancer who are undergoing active chemotherapy or radiotherapy, people with cancer of the blood or bone marrow such as leukemia who are at any stage of treatment, people with severe chest conditions such as cystic fibrosis or severe asthma requiring hospital admissions or courses of steroid tablets, people with severe diseases of the body systems such as severe kidney disease. These people may be receiving dialysis. Okay, so if you know anyone that falls into those categories, make sure that you're doing all you can to try to help them if they need help, getting them supplies, their medication if needed. Once again, just a reminder, I've put that link below to the NHS website that also go into some of these in further detail if you want to do a little bit more reading. So for everyone else, just keep doing your social distancing, isolating. You're really helping protect these people in these groups and those other ones that are more at particular risk. So I want everyone to remember to keep safe, and I hope you enjoyed the content in this video. Thanks very much for watching.